So just please make sure that you are comfortable with your sitting posture and trying to relax your body fully. So not only, it's important for us to feel the relaxation of our body, but it's also important that if we feel the relaxation or relaxing of our mind. So it would be very great if our both mind and body are at rest. So it is when we experience a true relaxations or the true rest of both our mind and the body, then we can also feel or experience that we feel like we are at peace, at rest. And something when we actually say that when we say I experience peace and happiness or feel very relaxing, in some way it's in something in your mind, something inside you say to yourself, I feel good and I feel very peaceful, relaxing. So that moment, the conditions which which enable one to say that and to feel that is a lot to do with not only you are resting of your mind, your body, but most importantly your mind, and which just as which has to be also resting in the sense like it has to cease all the wandering or the usual very busy activities, and so it has to be rest at the same time, at the same place where the body is. So there is not only we normally say in the conversation that we say you talk about your mind and your body, and also you say like yourself, I. We say that, but also it's important it's very important that one understands that there is the kind of relation, or the interconnection between these, your I and your mind and the body. There's a relationship there. So when it is so therefore there is in that relation, when there's some sort of harmony and some peace in that, then then one give one's some sort of total sense of peace and happiness.
Lisa, Dedu, Pem, Dedu, Ungi, Matala, and Pented in Wood. So in the Mentor Santo, getting in a da. Chero Santo, Santo Chamboy, Nina. Little Sella, Pendis and Reta Pendi, Ungi, not Corolla, Tejagata, Dedu, Pendinachin, Logan.
So the question of whether how these, when we say I, if you refer to yourself I, and to be able to say whether whether you feeling rest or is something you been worried about something or not, or concerned about something or not. So these got a lot to do with the related to your well-being or your state of being of your mind and the body. So there is obviously, we say when there's something wrong with your physical health, then you would say, you feel and you say that I don't feel well. So likewise, when there's a mind is also very agitated, or there is something in the mind which really concerns you and bothers you or troubles you, then again you feel that you or that you I don't feel right. It affects you. So therefore, there is a obvious connections between our mind and body and to ourselves, and a lot to do with the how it's lot how we emotionally and how we feel in this I feel is a lot to do with is kind of almost like predetermined by the well-being or the state of our or the mental or the physical health. Yes.
That is something in it that is some tests or ceremony. Lila never the tongue of the quadrant. Sarah never the much quadrant. Sarah Pemby said, Lila Pemby said, children. The other Massa Corotin longer. Massa Shaya Mona Mamona, me said around it. Telling others check it. Carlos said, little name, one name. There is a little nation, other Indian Zegun. The cock. Little never Limadare, and Gamadare. Sell Madare, and Gamadare. The sell devil and not devil. Let devil and not devil. Tangando, son don't have it. She sang aged, Miss sang aged, they sang aged. I don't mean thing on wrong. Some tettle.
So really, regardless of whether you consider yourself as a believer or a non-believer, and also the regardless of what people kind of activities and different things that people perceive in their life throughout their life. So when we ask this question of what they are really, what is their aims and objective of that behind all their activities, then it's these aims and objective then really comes down to is really same for everyone. So that is in short form. So there is something that we always trying to get rid of, trying to avoid that, and there is something which we trying to or we have to adopt or we have to achieve. So and then if we ask what is those things that we should be adopting in our life, or to then this is something we have to adopt something which is really beneficial to us. Now, as I said, we say beneficial to us, like something that you you can say that it gives you some sort of sense of achievement, some sort of fulfillment, and satisfactions. So, and what is that? If we examine, then really, then what is that gives one's happiness, or one secures happiness and satisfaction? So is when we have comes down to our health, or the well-being, or physical well-being and the mental well-beings. So it is when we people enjoy a good health of both mind and body, then they have a more happiness, and so therefore we have to recognize that no matter what things we are doing in our life, we have to recognize that the importance of the physical health. So this means that why this is important is because if there's something which is damage one's physical health, then it has the detrimental effects on one's own self. Then it is harming to yourself. If it has something harms your body, it is harming to yourself. So therefore we have to, for one's own sake. So therefore we have to, if that's something harmful, we have to avoid it. Whereas on the other hand, if there's something the beneficials, something good for one's health, or whether for your body or for your mental health, then these are something which has the effect of benefiting to yourself, and so therefore it's something that we have to achieve, or we have to find in our life. So this is what it should be the common aim, should be the aims and objective for everyone, because it is same for everyone to for seeking the something beneficial, and whereas and to getting rid of something harmful.
다 손 대도 다 listen 릴 대하여 당한테 못해 용도야. listen 마타이다 릴 셰데 listen나 릴 대하여 당한테 빠져 못해 용도야. 다 대노지 세션 셀 대하여 대 못해 용도야. 진짜 다 손 대도 근데
So talking of this, the importance of this physical health and the mental health, then if we talking about that, overall, so we have a better understanding of our physical needs, and not only that, we see we can recognize the importance of that for one's overall life, and on the basis of that, so we compared to our mental health, we're probably doing pretty well in terms of maintaining good physical health. So therefore, perhaps, however, when we talk of the well-being of our mind, then probably we need to do, as we were saying before, just as the physical health, if something which is which brings or which harms our well-being of our mind, that also harms oneself, and so therefore there is need to, just as the physical health is important, so we need to recognize first of all the importance of that, the sound, maintaining a very sound mind, and so have to think of what have to examine what are the things which can which will jeopardize this mental health, and what are things which can the enhance a better the mental health.
That's on the Son theatre that list to passing on the Hakoya. Right, Koya. How corny called Daniel Bakegua. Wrong, Sergeant Treasure, Tinning, Bonnie, that you salas were Tinning Tony, Lissu Matoache, or that there is a jet, Sumatoache, the Tunta, Lima there in what the Takoro, Nolel, Kinney. Run, Dejana, little negative. Never calcium, but there's a duty, peeling in little net. Getting it, so there's a shambling it in a ladder. Calcium, but there's a duty, couldn't no matter in little negative. Then it's so weird. It does a card of the desert, Jack Tartre. We are Jack Tato, trying to tell us how go. Don't you try Jack Tamati or my church? You know, Jack Tanting, Tanda trying Tanda and the chart as you will. Man, not that. Little Nebby said, and Lord of Lontan con Negaman on that area. Nega come, Mamma, Kale coach's son, Kale Mugger, as you may get in this man, not tell you. Is that some tender tona? Is that Tabaring and Daisy, there's a lot of Choros standards over, and a Choros, and a little Tadapi, so much sugar at the others. Sending Tuesday, Sergeant Titone, Chora little my upon the cheese, so by engaging a Gale, Calatini Bad, say Mugger, Tanda the Moga some, Kala, check the Tinichi yourself says that Akoda, listen to that, tell son to go, Let's mother to get good. Lay Kong Sotan, Kala Shimbo agent, Shimbo Major, Lin Sotan, I don't know. Kala sa Lin Soy mother, Lin Neb Temare. Tuesday, Lin Soy Lin Neb Temara, the ring in it, Children, there's the name, Ribashian, Yapo, the Ribashian. Kala sa in Lin Soy, Kala Sai. Two are in Lin Soy, say. The ten, don't turn in little negative. The son and a little negative. I tell my Jesus and I. They need the long one and done. I have a and I tell now that this was the tough I have just
as to ensuring a good or a sound physical health. So there are a lot to learn, in the and then at the same time, of course, the knowledge, simply gaining knowledge is not enough, but we have to, in order to ensure good health, so you have to implement those knowledge. So essentially, when we talk of which probably more than me, so you probably have much better knowledge. So when we talk about this physical health, then it's a lot to do with what goes into our mouth. What goes into our mouth is the food and the drink, so which is very obvious. And so there is, we may ask this question, why we have to eat food and drink. So is that the only reason, main reason is to really the taste? So if we examine, then the main reason is to really to sustain this body in good health. That is the main reason. So it's not really, it's good. Taste is also important, but that is not the main reason. So by the way, when we talk of the taste, then which probably you will know more. So it is just something we experience just around the tongue, and beyond that there's no taste. So therefore,
no, in the tongue.
Yeah, just around the edge of the tongue.
Yeah, the tongue.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you lolly in tongue there, lolly there's not it. Then lolly there live order there come with the tongue and tongue come with the all sweet all nothing touches it. Yeah. Geshe the Ronyo Geshe said,
so we talk of there's a tongue, consciousness, so which has the function of the sense of taste, so which is all around on the side of the tongue. So as we're saying, how we all know once the food goes in, so there's no taste, and so therefore it's important to know the main reason why we eat and drink is to ensure a good or sustain a good physical health. So therefore we cannot no. So therefore, for this sustenance of the good physical health, so therefore, we cannot not enough just to think that to put everything in our mouth, whether it's a food or drink, just for the sake of taste or some sort of immediate feeling. But more important, we have to consider its effect once it's go inside one's systems. So its effect on to our physical health, and talking of this, and particularly at a young age, this is more important, because as a young age, so your body is more like a fresh, more perhaps compared to the older one, more like a clean, and so therefore you don't want to put too much things that which is toxic, which is something very damaging your health. So even though, as which you know much better, so even though there are certain things that you eat or drink may not have some immediate reactions, but however it can, if you continuously taking these things, then it will build up the stuff, like poisons inside your systems, and then how there are many cases then where when it's get too much, then people cannot find it very difficult to cope with these physical conditions. So therefore we even when how important, even when we talk of ensuring a good health of body, how important that not only the knowledge, but we have to think very serious about in remembering that, putting into practice, and being very aware of or the mindful of when whatever we take in drink food and drinks that we take.
That says say that says you got it. That's on the.
So then the just as these the physical health, so there's also the mental, the well-being of our mind is also very important for us to ensuring that good well-being of mind, in order for us to find more joy and happiness.
That says the kind sugar, that says the goddess, and that go nega delay. What is it? Go nega delay. What is it?
So of course, so first of all, one have to recognize the importance of of the ensuring or guarding the good the state of mind, positive state of mind, and then after that, then when we think about now how we can improve or safeguard the good health of our mind, then when we ask this question, then we really have to have to consider the practice of meditations.
Wrong on chat Yamola Masha Sachi Gundua, Gena Gundua. Wrong on chat control a shot of Kandayung, and I go. Wrong on chat the shots of the cousin, and how cover. Tell them no jigger, Mazara, the oncha mandra and Soto. Wrong on chat, wrong in Nibade, Yamol on Rojmudua. Then Yamol Pesci, the thing understand, show them answer any day how good it's your total. Mokaya on Chatsani, who do a common, control trouble level, call on just a tip of key on. Control son to Atano, Jan, Roger. Sosa Rusu thought that Sani made again. Go Jadi, so carriage, Soso, Nipa, Zumbo, the. 소소 롱톤이 봐 배제셔도 봐지 그래마도 네가 좀본데 왜 녀모 온도나 용거 먼저 쓰잖아 다 손 지트 드네톤은 로가래
so what the role meditation practice has in safeguarding our mind. So first of all, we have to know what does mean. Safeguarding. When you say safeguarding our mind, then safeguarding from what? So so we have to when we look within ourselves, so we all do have some a great, a very creative and very positive, potentials there. And however, how however, when at a time when our in fact when our mind falls under the the control of certain we call it afflictive emotions, such as like a strong anger, then how you lose your self-control, and you in a plain terms, you lose your own choice. You can see how there are cases where when someone is completely overpowered by us strong hatred and anger, then how these people would have no choice, have to only be totally led, really driven. The actions of the people, the emotions, everything is driven by that the hatred. And so so therefore, when we say safeguarding our mind, so we're talking about this, safeguarding our mind from any kind of such afflictive emotions, such as anger and so forth. So when in this way, so how when it is the when when there's no afflictive emotions within us, then it is then we have the ability to to utilize our own true wisdoms and true knowledge, and also we then we can make the good choice of whatever the actions, or what to do and what not to do, so forth.
Then Trado Yare, then Trado Yare, Soso, Nipa Zumba, de Trado Tin Ron Tomatota, Chesh, what in the Lay younger head, then King on the Mandrash, and Adogi, Son to Shitini, what I would do. That's a son to the raw, Yabung in a yard. That Titsa not the carriers and Titsa, Tindigi, Yamola, on Cham Mashova, Rongi on Nipa Zumba, the Ando Mala no check, Ripa Zobo Shibuchi, no check Zumbo Shibuchi, Shira Zombo Shibuza, Nipa Zobo Shibuchi. Then no check Zombo, Nipa Zombo Tini, Ma Sani Pechisha Matoacha, Nipa Maraji Pechisha ceremony. That is younger device. That they can't answer. They can't answer. That Nemo that they contribute to. Nemo on the number on Chamasha, Paja, other Hakover. Nemo contribute church totona. Church, contribute church totona. Then there's any mother Hako, thing on the Madras, Paja, mother Rante. Nemo the Pashu check, children, contribute children, and their second, the other laying, can understand the device, and something to go into it. 건지 채소다 대응을 건지 가지 체중 온 것들은 맞아 용다 가지 건지 체중 거지 근저 제 첨부들 된 근저 잡았을 때 건지 채소 가지 근저로 제 첨부 인용나요 근저 첨부 좀 못하게 뭔데와 다 근저로 건지 대제 취소해 제자 손 된도는 아주 얘는 동거도 건지 온 용화 돼요 나 거거든.
So there are some like afflictive emotions that which which arise within us, and how if we don't challenge those emotions, then they would totally overpower us and overrule our whole our mind and our thoughts and our actions. So so in this, like we just saying before, how the even though we all have as a human beings, we do have a great potentials and these gifted like a human knowledge, or the wisdoms, and the but unfortunately when our mind is really, or when we are completely overpowered by this any form of such afflictive emotions, then we cannot utilize, or even we don't have a chance, we don't have even option to utilize this the underneath very positive qualities that we lies within us. So so it's like the we have given, if we don't do anything to challenge or to overcome these afflictive emotions, then it's like we give all our future and all our life in the hands of these mental afflictive emotions. So the afflictive emotions we were talking about, such as very, like a very obsessive desires, or a strong anger or hatred or jealousies, or these kind of emotions. How, we from our own experience, we know how when these overtake our, our feeling and our, in our mind, we know how we feel, and or we can see how when other some other people whose their mind and everything's been overpowered by this afflictive emotion, we can see how what sort of action they're doing, and harmful that actions that they do to them, to other, and how they lose the peace and happiness for themselves. And so therefore we have to understand, first of all, to recognize this, that that there is even though this afflictive emotion arises due to certain causes and conditions, but we have to recognize that there is a possibility for us to actually overcome these emotions, afflictive emotion, or even to better manage those afflictive emotions. And we can see how if you look at those afflictive emotions, is whether depending on if the in a certain afflictive emotion is can be if it's something very forceful, very strong. So what is this indicates to one is that because you have been your mind or you have been very feeding, if you like, feeding those emotions for a long time, or very very often. Or in another word, we use the term, you've been very familiar. Your thought, your attitude, emotion is very familiar, too familiar with that emotion. So therefore it is very difficult to overcome. And also how when it's too familiar, then it only takes a very minor cause for that strong emotion to arise. Whereas you may have certain other emotions where at a certain time maybe they're not that strong and not that forceful. So that shows that you are less familiar with that particular emotions, and in that situation, how then it doesn't then arise easily, with a sudden, just for a minor cause. So this shows the fact that this, the fluctuations of these, emotions arising as depending on your familiarity of those emotion, and depend on your the things. So this shows that it is possible for one to overcome, and at least to minimize these.
That's today is that gay somebody condition. Gaya said that she said, Geshe Doga or that this is a mother, Nemo and Negoyard. Yada Nemo is any that in Yamotajan, Cocarina, the road. Is a Geshe Doga. When that's a church mother, that's a niece and that's a Yemen, the Maduba goes. That's a niece, that's a Yemis, that's a niece, that's a Yemis. Take a ta, Yamodel, Madubachi God, then there's a chundo. Quando chundo, Yenerda. Then no yet, control shoot your mother, control niece, control Yemis. They don't get Shamba Gogger, Royal. 이제 다 알아 녀몸에 가래서 녀몸에 건지 쳐야 될라 다 개 건질라 그거야 개 건질라 그래라 코만 rin 로스 다 빼대다 다 고세 드릴래요 말이야 소소 큰로 아주 쉬 첨보지 큰로 지금 못대서 걸 큰로서 녀반든 그다 눈에 녀미래서 그 용도도 가래 용도도 지 달라 요도는 뭔데 너무 첨보 때야 용거를 때 셴바 거그래 셴비 미바다 때 소소 열태 된게는 그래 되어 있잖아 따따 기념을 놓고 있다 다 대사시 잡아서 대사한테 가르쳐 그 이제도 뭐는 앞에 잡아나 싶지 너는 연구야래 난 잡아킨 노바드 마마 신이 나 소소 몰래 봐서나 못도 봐서나 몰래 얘라 못해 되니 넘바지 거래 내가 추준로 냐지 이제 나스니데 고자니 옷도 대시가 그랬대 나한테 엄마는 뭐라 얘는 되는데 이제 당하도 니 고자대 가서 가르쳐게 돼 고자대 가서 게 소말로 건지셔지 건지 나가 그랬어 대 가르데 게 소말로 가서 건지셔도 저거 세야더니 예무 건지 뒤 온도 문로 안 가도 펴고야 그랬어 대패아이는 세는 너무 뒤온게 거기 뒤온게 만들어나 내가 다 가서 다 괜찮 먹으신데 와 있다 손으로 대서서 온차 좀 보나다 너무 되는데 당에 대세가 당는 거대 야는 면제돼요
So the meditation practice can help us to overcome or to get overcoming all these mental the afflictive emotions because because when we look at the cause of the very causes or the very conditions which give rise to these afflictive emotions, such as like a desire or attachment, and that not usually arise, the caused by the our perceptions of the desire objects being very very beautiful and something very attractive, where regardless of the object to realities, but when our mind when we mentally project some sort of attractive or such beauty quality on that object mentally, when we have these imaginations, then this like a fantasizings, then this can arouse the so-called desires or a desire or attachment. So therefore, in order to now to overcome that, to remedy that, then there is a meditation practice wherein you're trying to train your mind to perceive the object in a different way, and more you're trying to see the object from the perspective of its like a downsides or the ugly sides of the objects. So as you reinforce this kind of imagination in your mind, in meditation practice, by thinking of the shortcomings of this attachment, and also in this way, when you develop this kind of way of perceiving that object, and when you and as you become more develop these imaginations, then it kind of counteract these desires, and has the effect as a result of such meditation that it can decrease the force or minimize the desire. So, so likewise, there are such the meditation practice where we can also remedy, for example, to the anger or feeling of hatred towards hatred. So again, that also to do with lot to do with your the perceptions of that objects being something very more on a object as a object of hate, and something very unpleasant, and so on. So therefore, instead of that, if we of course in order to at the first place, in order for one to motivate one to engage in the meditation practice, first of all, one have to recognize the shortcomings or the disadvantage of having this like for example the anger. You have to make the generate motivations to say that I must get rid of that. If I don't get rid of that, it has a lot of disadvantage. It brings a lot of the shortcomings. So after having understood all this shortcoming, and then as to the actual meditation practice to overcome this, for example, to overcome the anger, so one way is to cultivate cultivating the love for towards that object of your hatred, and that as you cultivate the love and trying to even to perceiving imagining the object from the positive aspect of the objects, and through this then one can overcome that. So therefore, what this shows when we look at this, our various any state of mind or our state of various emotions. So you can see there's whether if it's something negative emotion, then there's the opposite. There's also corresponding to that. There is an opposite force, to that. So therefore, we normally say when we talk of the meditation practice. So it is the practice of training our mind to become more familiar with a positive way of thinking, or to more wholesome objects. So therefore by training as we train our mind to that positive way of thinking or the positive objects, then this has the effect of remedying the negative state of mind, and also and minimizing the force of the negative state of mind.
윤중은 연도 정해 되는다. 거자 손에 세즈 반추아 되는 뭐 윤중은 때도 같은 세즈 바통을 되네 게요라 로치주는 손더니다 나 너도 쉬 전부 연결들 다 손을 제가 또 그는 연구야 막 너도 쉬지 되는데 대리 윤중은 자자는 저 진짜시 뭐가 내가고 예전에 내가 되는데 다 진짜 당하는 윤중인데 그
and it is said that the breathing meditation is particularly very effective in overcoming the various disturbing thoughts which filling our mind, if it's filled our mind. And so because the breathing meditation, so where in terms of the object of the meditation, so it's not something, it's very simple, which is simply our own like the inhaling and exhaling of our breathing. We don't, there's no need or requirement to do a lot of study and or to get to logical need of any logics. So it's just that. So and so the particularly if you it is this is very important. Breathing meditation is very is considered as like a preliminary, or a prerequisite to begin one's any other form of practice, because in order to begin for one's practice to be very effective, so at least one have to ensure that you have some sort of calm state of mind within you. Whereas if your mind is very distracted, that just is, if it's everywhere, that somehow there's too much noise, filled in your head or your mind, then it's very hard to begin the practice. So therefore, it said that if you it's recommended to do begin the practice with the breathing meditations. So which is simply to just to direct the mind inward, and then just aware of the inhalings, breathing out, just thinking that, or just have thinking that I am breathing out, and then as you inhale, then you say I'm breathing in, and then you repeat the same cycles. So it says that of course in the initially it may be for a lot of us, maybe we may be only able to do just 3 or 4 rounds of breathing, cycle of the breathings to with a good focus of our mind there. But however, if we practice this over and over again, and then it is said that if we are able to do this round of breathing meditations, and able to maintain our focus just like just on this inhale and exhale for say up to 21 cycle of breathing. He said if we are able to do that, then there's no doubt that then our mind will completely stays still, or very calm within ourselves, and we can actually, when that happens, we can actually feel, we can see the freshness, for see the vividness or the clarities, or we say something like luminosities, or the awareness, simply awareness of the mind, and when we see this, then recognize that, then we can find ourselves in a whatever practice we want to do, and it's just a matter of directing the mind there, and the mind simply, there's an ability. The mind has the ability to focus there. So with this in mind, so we will do these breathing meditations. So of course, there are in a certain practice where there are meditators who wants to achieve the state of the meditation called shamatha, or the calm abiding, and where they may choose this breathing as a focusing object. So in that situation, that is becomes the main practice. So that was it for us too, and that's the only meditation we are doing. And so just trying to engage as we sit in this breathing meditation, so trying to as much as possible to focus the mind on incoming and outgoing breath.
Nyam on the judge, Jatamang Matonyani. Then knowing said that Yamon Yamon Mundos, Mutonyabi. Dosena, Deatonatene, said the judge Jatomachi, no sin never think when it. I in Jung Corolla, a minute, Amakashi then.
So we always start with the sitting posture, and then ensuring that your body is relaxed, and then you direct the mind inward, and then as you begin. So it's important to begin the meditation with as much as possible with a strong motivation, or rather like a determinations that at least during this short period of the meditation time, that you're not going to let any other thoughts to distract your mind, any other object to distract your mind, but you will make sure, or you want your mind just to or simply focus on the incoming and outgoing breath, and just with this motivation, then as much as possible to keep the mind in the incoming and outgoing breath, and even if you lose to any thought, you simply bring the mind back to the objects, back to the breathings.